ball and a screen by Campbell. Now watch as he comes off the screen. You'll see Luke Longley step out. Beautiful pass, and then Campbell just takes it down strong. And as a matter of fact, he even got hit on that shot. That should have been a three-point play. So when you look at the Los Angeles Lakers coaching staff, they have a right to be upset right now. The refereeing has definitely been a little inconsistent.
Derek Fisher has come in for Nick Van Exel as Rick Fox misses a spin in the lane. Van Exel, the only one who is shooting. 2 of them layups, 3 of 5. The rest of the Lakers are 2 of 16 from the field. They are ice cold and trail by 12. These Bulls still have not gone to the bench. Tony Kukoc with a baseline move and a 3-on-2 break for the Lakers. Kobe Bryant against Michael Jordan. And the rebound is taken away by Corey Blunt. And Rick Fox misses, and the Lakers not only missing from outside, they are not able to connect from under the basket. Rick Fox 0 for 5 as Luke Longley commits the personal foul.
Now this is just a high percentage shot. He just leaves it short. And now you're going to see the banging in here. Great steal by Blunt, took it away, but he misses the follow-up. As Fox goes up, he muscles it up there, but he leaves it short.
Kobe Bryant shooting and hitting with Michael Jordan in his face. So Bryant getting his first points of the game.
Remember, he only plays 26 minutes. He gets off 13 shots. He's shooting 42%, but he's definitely a highlight film.
And we saw 3 of those highlights a week ago against the Golden State Warriors, and Kobe Bryant at 19 goes for the fake and fouls Michael Jordan.
Now keep this right here. This is a beautiful screen. See, he leveled Michael off right there. Michael did not get his hand up, and if you don't get your hand up, you're neutralizing your size. Now right here, you're going to see this is a good ball fake by Michael. Gets him up in the air. Now take your time and hope that you can shoot through it.
Jordan coming off a 31-point effort against the Phoenix Suns on Monday. As the Bulls starting to come alive, playing their best ball as of late. They beat the Toronto Raptors by 27, their widest margin of victory in their previous game. So they feel they're getting it together now. Jordan with 13 points and a 12-point Bulls lead.
Well, Dick, any time that you take care of the defensive boards and you hold people down and shooting people. There it is.
Couldn't hold him down. That's Kobe Bryant.
That was a backdoor move by the numbers. Hit the post, backdoor the guy from the wing.
A little rumbling here at the United Center over that move by Kobe Bryant. Again, 19 years old at a Lower Merion High School in Philadelphia in the second year. Harper gets his own rebound on the miss as we get close to 1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
Oh, you got to go inside. Luke's got to go down low. You got Fox on you now. No double team.
And here he goes in, and that's what happened. He took advantage. The Bulls taking advantage of the mismatch, leading 29-17, under a minute remaining in the first quarter. Luke Longley has 8. That is second to Michael Jordan's 13. Here is Derek Fisher using a screen, and Rodman gets the rebound. That's 8 for Dennis Rodman off the board.
Now you can look at this, Dick, and say, hey, this is playoff contact being allowed here tonight. Or you can look at this and say, hey, the Lakers have got to grow up here now and say, you know what, this game's going to be physical, so you've got to raise your level, to this type of competition.
Rick Fox stepped on the line, and let's take a look again at Kobe Bryant.
There's a backdoor move. They catch him right there, turning his head. Caught Michael turning his head. He thought he could regroup, but any time that a young guy goes airborne, that fall. Now this is an offensive foul by Longley, and you can say, well, he flopped. Well, I want to tell you, Longley is 7'2", 295, and when he gets it to your chest like that, you're only 6'6", Rick Fox.
You don't have to be an actor to go down as Rick Fox did. As the Bulls make their first substitutions of the game, Steve Kerr and Judd Bushler come into the game. Sean Rooks, who has been effective off the bench as a rebounder, who's come in for the Lakers. 2 on the shot clock. Jordan's going to have to take the shot. He does at the buzzer. No, he didn't. He didn't get it off in time. And with 20.1 on the clock, the Lakers can play for the last shot. But they're down by 12, and they have been outplayed in the first quarter here.
Right now, Michael looks extra quick. He really does. Now, we know that last night the Lakers won a good game on the road in Minnesota last night. Flew down here, but they were in the hotel before 1 a.m., so everything was fine. They worked out, not here but they worked out in the hotel with their scouting report for tonight's game.
And of course, this is a big game, the second of the 5-game road trip, and you're playing the world champs.
Got 1-4.
With Kerr out on the top, guarding Fisher. 7 on the shot clock. You see the clock. Fisher penetrating inside. Derek Fisher with the basket and the foul. Derek Fisher, the backup point guard, delivers in his second year from Arkansas Little Rock.
Well, they love him. The coaching staff loves this guy. This guy's a tough dude. He was a player of the year in his conference at Little Rock. And I'll just watch the hit. There's the first hit. There's the second hit. And he put it off the boards. Anytime you come down in that paint, it's so much easier if you put the ball off the glass.
And the three-point play by Fisher. 4.6 seconds remain. And the pass to Ron Harper. He's got Kukoc. Kukoc gets it off. And he's fouled. And let's see if it was beyond the arc. And it'll be a 2-shot foul. Tony Kukoc with 1.6 will go to the line as Corey Blount committing the personal foul.
You're coaching the Lakers, Dick. You're exasperated. You're not happy with the way the game is being called. You don't like all the physical contact. But then again, your guys are fouling jump shooters. That's the third jump shooter that has been fouled. And you're saying, why are you doing that? Give me a time that you blocked a jump shot 18 to 20 feet from the basket.
This is the mentality that Michael Jordan said teams have to learn before they can win a championship. Missed free throw, and Longley tips it in, and that is the end of the quarter. So it ends up the way it started with the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan 13, Luke Longley 10, as the Bulls with 57% shooting from the field lead the Los Angeles Lakers 32 to 20 after one. And welcome back to Chicago. This is our final NBA on TBS telecast before the holidays. So we hope this one turns out to be a good one. After the first quarter, the Bulls lead the Lakers 32 to 20.
Well, Chicago shot 57%. The Lakers 29 in three-point shooting. Chicago 3 for 3. The Lakers 1 for 5. And we know that's the Laker game. Free throws is a major key. The Lakers have only attempted 3, Chicago 7. And then the battle of the boards being won in the early going by Chicago with a +6.
It's all right there. Michael Jordan starts the second quarter on the bench. Randy Brown, who suffered a sprained right ankle, a scare at the end of the game the other night against Phoenix, is in.
Now here comes your half-court trap. This is the first time that they've been in a half-court trap tonight. Main thing is to run time, get them out of their half-court set.
Brown off the glass, tip by Harper. Loose ball, Kukoc to Harper inside. And an acrobatic move by Ron Harper, who has 7 points to start the second quarter.
Anytime you half-court trap, your guys are rotating. When the shot goes up, everybody must rebound.
Sean Rooks playing center, and he's been good. He's a third stringer, plays maybe better than a lot of backups in the NBA at center. Kobe Bryant hitting a 3 from outside. He's got 7 points and already a spectacular inside move.
Well, it's part of his game, Dick. He attempts 3. He hit that one. He's now 22 for 62. He's shooting about 35%.
Tony Kukoc driving in. And the rebound by Kobe Bryant. Lakers with Kobe Bryant and Derek Fisher, along with Eddie Jones, Robert Horry, and Sean Rooks. The ball out of bounds. Last touch by the Lakers. So the Bulls have Ron Harper out there with Randy Brown and Scott Burrell up front, along with Longley and Tony Kukoc. Longley had 10 in the first quarter. And Kukoc puts it up, but a foul away from the basket on the Lakers.
Well, you see, that was a silly foul by Rooks, because you know that the guy at the top of the circle in the triangle, when they throw into the post, is just going to move over to the wing. And that's all he was doing, and Rooks just smacked Kukoc.
Bulls up by as many as 14, leading by 11 here early in the second. Here's Burrell trying to post up against Eddie Jones, and he burns it. Good move by Scott Burrell as Jones tried to deny. And the score now 36 to 23. Bulls very sharp in this first half. I want to send a message to the Lakers that it's not your time yet. We'll meet again February 1st at the Forum. Fisher inside. Fall away by Kobe Bryant. Is there anything he can't do anywhere on the floor?
Dick, that was such a difficult shot because he was moving. He caught it and threw a fadeaway without a dribble.
Ron Harper is fouled, and they're going to call it on Eddie Jones. That may be his third. And instead they say it's Kobe Bryant, his second.
Now, he made that catch, and he was moving from the opposite corner to make that catch, fade away, be behind the board, come out in the air, and knock it down.
Not facing the basket.
That's right. That was really a great move.
I have a hunch we're going to see a lot more from Kobe Bryant before he's through.
Oh, you really went out on a limb. You really went out there, didn't you?
I thought about that before I made that statement for a long time. 4 on the shot clock. Longley over Rooks, and Luke Longley with 12 points, coming off a sprained ankle. Did not play in the last game, but Longley 6 of 8 from the field for the Bulls, who are up by 13.
That's why at the top of the show we made an issue of bringing out that Luke Longley is averaging right at 12 points a game. And you can see he's playing with a lot of confidence. And as a matter of fact, Rooks caught him right on the wrist that time when he released that shot. But he feels that he can score. He's got a nice baby hook shot. He's got that fadeaway. And remember now, he's 7'2", long arms.
Eldon Campbell checks in for Sean Rooks. And Nick Van Exel is in as well. So the starting backcourt tandem of Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel with the ball in there now for the Lakers. The best shooting three-point tandem in the NBA easily. Luke pass in. Harper fouling Kobe Bryant. He tried to front him, but he shoved him away, and Kobe is fouled.
Yeah, Bryant just did a change of direction from the top of the circle. He's being overplayed by Harper, and when he went right down the middle, keep an eye to the right of your screen. You're going to see him come flying right into your picture right there. But Harper's doing a nice job on it.
Bryant shooting over Harper, misses. And the Bulls with Tony Kukoc bringing it up. Kukoc getting a chance to start now with Pippen out of there. He has started 19-18 now exactly. Longley with an old-fashioned hook shot. Here comes Van Exel pushing it up. Bulls back defensively, however. Under 8.5 to play, and there's the loop in, and
that was a pass. That was a pass.
That was a pass.
That was just a quick bit. He was looking for a quick lob.
To Ori, yeah.
Right to Ori, right? And they're playing like it was a shot.
11-point deficit now. Lakers behind.
Well, take him down.
Kukoc against Van Exel has the big edge. He knows it and scores against them. But the Bulls have taken advantage of their mismatches nearly every time down.
They're seeing them and they're doing it, Dick. You're absolutely right.
40-27, and there is Eddie Jones slicing in for the basket. Eddie Jones coming off a 32-point effort against Minnesota, the November Player of the Month in the NBA. But on the other end, Kukoc wide open end-to-end. They're seeing spectacular basketball from both sides.
We're talking about the Laker quickness after a score, but the Bulls are also showing it to you. They've definitely upbeat this year more than at any other time. Now just keep it. There it is. That was a lob pass, and the thing went right through the hole. Beautiful.
And on the turnover, the give and go, Randy Brown to Longley from Kukoc. That is a textbook play by the Bulls.
Yeah, they caught them rotating. Beautiful movement. When your man leaves you to help on a guy, you go to the front of the rim.
Timeout called by Del Harris.
Excellent ball movement, total unselfish play. Now there's your guard around situation. Now once Campbell moved, Longley stepped right up. Beautiful pass.
And the biggest lead of the game for the Chicago Bulls. We'll be right back.
That last play, you're going to see the triangle offense right here. But if they don't go to the corner or the post, you'll see Kukoc flash, and the pass will come to the high post. Brown will come around and go to the basket. We call that a guard around play. Now you see, now right here, you'll see Campbell leave to take up there, and Luke Longley will step right to the rim, and you just have total unselfish play.
What happened to give and go? That went out.
Well, no, that was a guard around. Give and go was for you when you played with your white tennis sneakers and your black socks and your little cut-off denims that your mommy had.
I'm glad I asked you.
Down at the playground.
Remember the last time I asked you? That was it. Michael Jordan has been on the bench for 5 minutes, and the Bulls have increased their lead by 3. Jordan getting a rest because this unit has done the job. Randy Brown and Ron Harper in the backcourt. Burrell along with Kukoc and Longley, and the 24-second clock expires, and the woes continue for the men in purple and gold.
Yeah, they just cannot establish their inside game. Campbell was all upset again. He's on the verge of a technical, okay? And like I've been saying all along, he has a right to be.
Kobe Bryant, Robert Horry, Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, and Eldon Campbell on defense against the Bulls, who lead 44-29, and a foul called against the Lakers.
Yeah, they catch Bryant holding on to Brown as he was cutting right down in the lane. Right now, the Chicago Bulls with this unit on the floor are not running so much triangle. They're running a lot of what we call an open set. There's a lot of movement and a lot of passing.
Kobe Bryant goes out with 3 personal fouls, and as he does, Michael Jordan comes back in. Rick Fox had replaced Kobe Bryant, who scored 9 points while he was in there. Good ball movement by the Bulls, and it's reflected in 13 assists so far in this game, with Kukoc getting 5 and Randy Brown 3 off the bench. He stays in there with Jordan. Here is Burrell firing over Rick Fox. Kukoc, Longley gets the loose ball. And there is Tony from 3. And Fox going after it, and this time the foul was called against the Bulls with 6:26 remaining in the first half. That'll be the second on Luke Longley.
Yeah, it's about time. He was up over the top of the back there. But you see, this is one of the strengths of the Bulls. They shoot a low percentage, but they get 16 offensive rebounds, so they get more second shots.
20-point edge in the shooting percentage in this game as Horry misses from outside. And Horry tries to save it and does nicely. Plenty of time on the shot clock for the Lakers. No need for them to rush. Van Exel spinning his way in. Ball spins away, but Longley knocks it out of bounds, and it is still Lakers ball.
Lakers just need a little power surge here. Some tough defense. Get yourself a couple of quick baskets, and you're right back in this thing. The energy's there. The ball will just not fall.
6 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Plenty of time, as you point out, Hubie. But the Lakers have scored only 29 points. They come in as the leading scoring team in the league. Randy Brown with a steal on the screen and roll pass from Van Exel. Brown goes around Van Exel, but the Bulls come up empty.
That was a strong move.
Van Exel will hit and miss from 3. And once again, the Lakers getting it up there in a hurry. They are patient, as you pointed out. They can get back in this game. Here's Jordan for 3. And Scott Burrell with the offensive rebound. Gets his own rebound again. It's blocked inside, and here's Van Exel ahead to Eddie Jones. Randy Brown defending, and an offensive foul is the call against Jones, and that may be his 3rd.
Now that was a great defensive play by Randy Brown. He cut off Eddie Jones, and Eddie Jones elevated. He was not going to be denied. Now just keep an eye on this. Now watch Randy come. See, right, he's coming right into your screen. Now he takes that one, and if you notice, he protected himself by bringing his both arms up, so that when Jones caught him, he came right into those 2 forearms.
So Eddie Jones has to go out of the game with 3, and John Barry, who is used sparingly by the Lakers, but a good extra guard to have on your team. Former Atlanta Hawk checks in.
Well, they like him because he comes in shooting and he can score.
Kukoc slapped away by Horry. Randy Brown playing inspired defense since he has come in the second quarter. And offensively, he's coming off a season's high of 14 points in Monday's victory against Phoenix. Well, the Bulls bench coming alive. Here is Michael Jordan finally over. Horry hits. Michael Jordan gets his first points of the second quarter, 15 in the game. Longley second with 14.
Michael is quick. Everything about him is quick.
He's primed, no question about it, as he is definitely inspired by facing the Lakers. Working against Rodman is Eldon Campbell with a fine baseline spin.
See, he's got it all. He really does. He's got a nice hook. He's got a nice fadeaway jump shot. But then he has the up and under, plus the power drop step move.
Rodman playing the center position right now for the Bulls. Relatively smaller team out on the court.
That's why you have to go through Campbell at the other end of the floor. Take advantage of the height disadvantage that Rodman has.
Rodman slapped away by Rick Fox, and this will be an easy layup at the other end. So the ball was knocked away from Michael Jordan, and Rick Fox, struggling early, has 2 points in the game. 13-point lead. It was 17, and Phil Jackson and the Bulls call a timeout with 3:57 remaining in the first half. A 13-point Bull lead.
Now there's a nice strip by Fox and getting the ball out. Now we're saying here this evening, the Lakers cannot get anything going in their half-court game. They're struggling in their three-point shooting, but the opportunities are there.
46-33. Tomorrow on TBS, Timothy Dalton stars as James Bond in The Living Daylights, part of 13 Days of 007. Tomorrow night, beginning at 8:05 Eastern, only on the Superstation. That's Bond, James Bond. You like that?
I do.
Steve Kerr, three-point shooting expert, has checked into the game. So a three-guard offense in effect. Bill Wennington making his first appearance.
See, they start out with a little motion, a little weave, and then they come right back into the triangle.
Wennington deflected by Eldon Campbell. The follow-up by Jordan misses, and here's Rick Fox with 3.5 to go in the first half.
Now in this first half, the Lakers are really struggling with their threes. They're only 2 for 8.
13-point lead. Nick Van Exel for 3, and way off the mark. Van Exel struggling from three-point range in the early going.
Now Steve Kerr is out with a bruised kneecap. He's missed 10 games.
And Bill Wennington also was injured. He had a tendonitis in the right elbow. Came off the injured list this 6 games. So the injured getting healthy. Wennington blocked again by Campbell, and the 24-second clock expires. So Wennington can't get much elevation, and Campbell has been right in his face twice.
2 key subs during the championship years have been Wennington and Kerr, because they come in, they keep the center honest because Wennington takes them high, and then Steve Kerr just spots off over everything of penetration of Jordan, and then the forgotten man, Scottie Pippen. Maybe not forgotten, but
Not for long.
not for.
Eldon Campbell, basket and a foul. So far, the Bulls have kept the Lakers at bay. The Lakers had 20 points in the first half, only 15 so far in the second quarter, I should say.
Well, you can see. I mean, this guy's giving you a lot of different moves. Now you see he comes in, and there he really nailed Wennington with that right elbow. Caught Wennington right in the ribs.
Eldon Campbell with a three-point play, and it is now a 10-point game. The Lakers have scored 7 straight points.
Big thing right now, you know, you can't have 107 points a game and a 10-point differential if you don't play hard for 48 minutes.
Jordan with a move to the baseline and a foul against Rick Fox. Jordan will go to the free throw line, and Fox with his first foul. That is the 4th team foul against the Lakers. Bulls also have 4. Join host Vince Cellini and Cheryl Miller at the conclusion of the first half for the Nike halftime report. Scores and highlights from the night, as well as any other news from around the league, coming up on the Nike halftime report. Michael Jordan. There is Eddie Jones and Kobe Bryant on the bench discussing things. Jones with 3 and Bryant with 3 personals.
You can see some imposing stats there by Michael. During the course of the season, Michael gets to the line 9 foul shot attempts a game. But throughout his career, an 84% free throw shooter. This year, only 76%.
6 of 7 tonight at the line, so he has been sharp on the stripe en route to his 17 points. John Barry is fouled by Steve Kerr. That is his 2nd and the 15th foul against the Bulls.
You have to pay attention to John Barry because he comes in, he loves to shoot threes. They give him the green light. He can put the ball on the floor and take you to the basket. Plus, he's an excellent passer in traffic. Del Harris likes his talent, and they're looking down the road at him because they'd like him to be able to play the point guard also.
As you can see, playing a little more than 8 minutes a game in a team loaded with backcourt players.
Well, they're happy with Van Exel and then Derek Fisher as the backup at the point. But in case of an injury, you always want to have that third guy.
Lead is down to 10 once again as the Lakers trap Here's Dennis Rodman with a pass to Wennington, and Wennington is fouled. Eldon Campbell upset with that call. He thought he had the ball instead of the man, and Campbell picking up his first, and both teams at 5 fouls.
Dick, the ball movement by the Bulls was excellent, and this is just a strong move, and that's the way to take it to the basket. Take it with 2 hands, send it down strong. Campbell, an excellent shot blocker. He gets 2 a game. Definitely hit him on that shot.
What's interesting, Hubie, despite the 10-1 record here at home, Phil Jackson didn't think that the Bulls were playing that well, even though they were winning at home. So for the first time, he held a practice yesterday at the United Center. Normally they are out at Deerfield, but they were at the United Center practicing on this court yesterday.
Dick, they're shooting 43% from the field. That's 23rd in the league. 30% in threes and only 68% on the line.
Jordan is fouled, and talk about the free throw shooting. They are 27th out of 29 teams in the NBA on free throws.
Yeah, so he's bringing him in here and saying, look, I'm not going to tell you that my triangle offense is not working. What I'm telling you is that we're getting you good shots, and you players are missing the shots, plus you are missing the foul shots.
Jordan makes the first free throw. Michael Jordan this season versus his career.
Well, you can see he's 6 points down from his career, but how about the field goal percentage? He's 9 down from his career average. The field goal attempts are the same, so it's not that. So it's the foul shooting is down, and then his field goal percentage is down.
Tonight so far, Michael Jordan, 19 points, 8 of 9 from the line. He's already gone to the line 9 times, and we have 1:48 remaining in the first half. Campbell turnaround over Wennington. Horry tips it out. Eldon Campbell again with a short baseline shot, and Dennis Rodman with his 10th rebound of the game. Again, the Lakers with opportunities inside. Jordan off the rim and out of bounds. It'll be Lakers ball with 1:29 on the clock.
Now, we might have seen a first, because that is his 2nd air ball. Tell Marty Aronoff, come on, we need a stat here. Jordan, that's his 2nd air ball and a half.
Well, that's his nickname, Air Jordan.
I've ever seen it. Okay.
That's why they call him Air Jordan?
No, that's Air Jordan.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure exactly what.
He just came in from the mezzanine to get that rebound.
That was an air ball. Thought it might have skimmed off the front rim, which I'll always give him the benefit of the doubt, as you know. Jordan working against Fox. 10 on the shot clock, getting down to a minute to go and a half. Wennington popping over Horry hits. Bill Wennington, that's what he does best. And he gives the Bulls a 53-38 lead.
Yeah, see, he takes your center away from the basket, and he's usually a high percentage shooter. He just has to get back in shape. Same thing with Kerr.
Well, the Bulls again up by 15 points with under a minute remaining, and 10 on the shot clock for the Lakers. Got it down to 10, and now again a 15-point lead. Double team on Horry with 1 second, and the clock runs out before Campbell could get up and lay it in.
That's the kind of half it has been.
Bad clock management.
Yes, and very frustrating for Del Harris, for Eldon Campbell, and for Horry. Horry did a great thing. Anytime you're double team, take the guys away from the basket. He did, and he opened up the area for Eldon Campbell. Unfortunately, he didn't throw a lob to the front of the rim.
So the Lakers woes with 35% shooting from the field and 7 turnovers. You do that against the defending world champs on their floor, you're going to be behind by double digits. Jordan is fouled, and that'll be Rick Fox with his 2nd, and Michael again will go to the line. So he'll be at the stripes double digits in the first half.
Well, you know he's at the top of his game anytime that he gets over 10 foul shot attempts. He's making things happen tonight. I'm just impressed with his quickness, because we had him earlier this season where he was nowhere as quick as he is this evening.
Revved up going against the Laker team. Lakers getting a lot of play in the NBA as a team that could possibly unseat the Bulls, who've been playing without Pippen. Lakers without Shaq. And I think the Bulls will have something to say, and they're saying something already in this game, leading 55-38, matching their biggest margin. Playing for the final shot for all intents and purposes of this first half. Nick Van Exel guarded by Randy Brown. 5 on the clock. Kerr not giving Barry any kind of a look, and fouls him, and that'll be 3 free throws coming up, and Kerr is upset with himself.
Well, Barry, when he came up down from the middle of the lane, You know, they set that up. They set a screen for him. He came right up the middle of the lane. He was looking for the three right from the catch. And then as he went with the ball fake, he catches Kerr up. Kerr catches him with his hip to hip there.
Third personal foul on Steve Kerr. The Lakers have been without Eddie Jones, their leading scorer, with Shaq out of action. He has 3, and Kobe Bryant, who scored 9 points in spectacular fashion off the bench, also with 3. Judd Bushler coming in for the final 4.5, and Bill Wennington leads.
Right now what the Bulls are doing is they're going with all their three-point guys, and then they'll have Rodman as the inbound, but they'll push quickly, and they're looking for you to get in a tough matchup. They got 4.5 seconds. There's plenty of time.
Here's Michael Jordan. He's got the catch, and he's got Bushler for the layup underneath as the Lakers fall asleep defensively. 1.9 remaining. Rick Fox fires it up and misses as the Chicago Bulls hold the top scoring team in the NBA to only 41 points, as the Bulls starters, seeing a lot of action, have 50, with Michael Jordan leading the way with 21.
Now just watch the 3 shirts go right for Michael and leave Bushler underneath wide open.
And that is the end of the first half here at the United Center, where the Chicago Bulls all over the LA Lakers to the tune of 57-41.
So Michael Jordan with things in hand at the half. 21 points after 2 quarters for Michael, and a 16-point lead for the Chicago Bulls over the Lakers. We welcome you to the Nike Halftime Report, where all the highlights are handcrafted. That's our promise to you. I'm Vince Cellini. She's Cheryl Miller. Let's get right to it with some highlights. And watching the Cleveland Cavaliers play last season was like watching John Tesh and Kenny G in a battle of the bands. I mean, this was torture, but an influx of rookie talent and the high-flying Shawn Kemp has made for pleasing up-tempo play for Cleveland and a recent 10-game win streak. The retooled Cavs in Atlanta challenging the Hawks in the top record in the Eastern Conference. We go to the Georgia Dome now. Lenny Wilkens, the former Cavs coach, facing Mike Fratello, the former Hawk win. Another solid game tonight. Heat at the Wizards, MCI Center. Zoe back in D.C. and back in uniform after the surgery on the left knee. Didn't waste time getting a shot. Knocks down that jumper over Terry Davis. Wizards, though, 21-8. Wizards just dominating this game. Weber, backdoor pass to a cutting Cal Chaney for the layup. 44-27 Wizards. And Rod Strickland with the strip of Timmy Hardaway and gets the easy lay-in. Hardaway was scoreless through 3 quarters of play. Believe that? Then Mourning and Davis get tangled up. Both picked up technicals there. Little frustration, but a little happiness for the Wizards. 88-74. That is a final. Strickland had 21 in the game. Mourning returns with 24, but not enough. And now the Wizards 6-0 in their new arena, the MCI Center. Milwaukee, Charlotte. 4th quarter, 8.5 minutes left. Charlotte with a 3-point lead over the Bucks. The Hornets have won their last 4. The Bucks have lost 3 in a row. Detroit beaten in New York Tuesday night. Now at the Nets, and it's New Jersey 87-78 with 6:35 to go there. Grant Hill with 12. Keith Van Horn continues to impress. 19 so far in that game. The Wizards at home, perfect. A little flawed on the road. What's with that?
It's really a Jekyll and Hyde team on and on the road. But I'll tell you one thing. When you had Rod Strickland scoring 21 points tonight, you have Juwan Howard, and then you have C. Webb playing well. When those 3 guys are on, and then you throw in Calbert Cheaney, who is much more relaxed offensively when he's at home, this team is truly hard to beat, which they're showing at the new MCI Arena.
But a nice plus, I think, for the Heat to get Zoe back in there and playing well.
It was nice, but not enough.
Not quite. The Nike Halftime Report goes away. Then we return with Hoop in the Heartland. The Knicks go bird hunting. New York stepping up against Indiana. Somebody was going to win their 4th in a row. Patrick and company hoping that somebody wore the dark jerseys.
What are you guys doing? What are you doing? Hey, you know, the only time you guys yell box out is when you're out of donuts. You guys remind me of my shoe closet. I got 1 penny and a bunch of loafers.
Yeah, I broke it snowboarding. And the bad thing is, it's my bell-ringing arm.
Well, let's see. You'll need something light and portable with a good, clear sound. This model should do the trick. Would you be interested in looking at a car stereo? You know, for the sleigh?
You'll find hundreds of great gifts at Circuit City's holiday sale, all at guaranteed low prices. Like this Sanyo CD boombox, just $59.99. Now at Circuit City.
And we welcome you back to the Nike Halftime Report. Tuesday night, the Knicks strong-armed the visiting Pistons using a combination of solid defense and a big dose of Patrick Ewing to win their third in a row. The night after, New York at Indiana, facing a Pacer team also winners of 3 straight, trying to end the torment at the hands of the Knickerbockers. We go to Market Square Arena now. What turned out to be a very good game, and a tight game. Fred Hoiberg beats the shot clock buzzer for 3, and then Patrick, working on Smits, turns on him and raises and knocks it down. 75-69 Pacers in the 4th. Patrick Ewing with a miss. Mark Jackson with a basketball. Take it, Cheryl.
All the way down the court. Now watch this. Splits the defense. Go up. Can we see the shake? Oh, poor Jeff Van Gundy. Not real happy about that.
That was Van Gundy's shake. Indiana 87-80. Ewing with 23, 11 rebounds. Smits 18 and 7. Pacers win their 4th straight. The Knicks have now lost 6 straight on the road. As we take a look at Indiana now, Cheryl, close to home, close to family for you. Talk about the Bird influence on this team.
Well, you know, last season this was an Indiana team that once the starters stepped on, they hoped that they could score enough points to cushion their lead so that when the second unit came in and it squandered it, that they would still have some points. That is not the case this season. Larry Bird has done an excellent job of really instilling a lot of confidence in the second unit. Guys like Travis Best, Jalen Rose, Fred Hoiberg has been shooting extremely well. Then you had Antonio Davis, and then Mark Pope, who's been non-existent, has played extremely well for this Indiana team.
Why has he been able to find a spot for Jalen Rose, a productive area for him?
You know, Larry came in and he just basically analyzed Jalen's game. First of all, you have a big 2 guard who has point guard abilities. You have a guy that can shoot the 3-point shot and now can post up. All he had to do was really work on his mid-range game. He's done that and instilled a lot of confidence in Jalen Rose, and it's paid off in big dividends. Yeah,
proof's in the pudding, no doubt about that. Back to the scores. The Timberwolves pounded at home by the Lakers a night ago. Losers of 10 of 13 at Philadelphia, and look at the Sixers, 85-77. Allen Iverson with 21 in this game. Our Brian Burwell is a PS to this game, saying the Pistons are hot after Jerry Stackhouse could pull the trigger on a trade. Maybe that'll happen soon. We'll keep you posted. Back to the Lost World. Toronto, the Raptors seeking their first home win in 43 days. They're hosting Boston. Look at Boston move the basketball around. McCarty for 3. Yes, knocks that one down, and that gave some cushion for the Green. Thank you, Knott. 87-83 now, 11 ticks left. Raptors looking to fall to 2-22. On night of the Grizzly, Vancouver at San Antonio, tied at 47 late in the first half. Abdur Rahim, you see his numbers, and Elliott for San Antonio. Later tonight, after the Lakers and the Bulls, it's Inside the NBA. I'll be here along with Cheryl for scores and highlights and league news, and a special feature on Laker point guard Nick Van Exel. He's been a pretty good guy. He's been almost Saint Nick this year. His story after the game. Lakers in Chicago at the break. A 16-point lead for the Bulls. We'll be right back on the Nike Halftime Report in a moment.
At True Value, we've got all the decorations and gifts you'll need to get your home ready for the holidays. And anything else that might help.
Santa!
This 4-piece ratcheting gear wrench set makes a great gift at only $21.88. True Value. It's Christmas and help is just around the corner.
If you're feeling a slight chill, break away for a warm holiday feast. The ultimate feast at Red Lobster. Succulent lobster tail, sizzling shrimp, steaming snow crab, and on top of it all, free dessert. It's our warmest offer of the season. Don't miss the ultimate feast with free dessert for a few weeks only at Red Lobster.
quickie from Skydome. It is a final. Boston a winner over Toronto, 88-83. Antoine Walker, nice night again with 18. The kid, Tracy McGrady, stepped up with 17 for a career high, but not enough. A look ahead on the Turner schedule. Friday night on TNT, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Heat at Philadelphia. Hardaway versus Iverson. Somebody's going to get crossed over in that game. Next Tuesday, Charlotte Hornets at Boston. And Friday again, it's Miami on TNT. Hit the road to Detroit. All games followed by Inside. One way to keep up on news and stats from around the league, CNNSI.com, a website that knows no boundaries. Check it out, click on, and go crazy. From the United Center, the Bulls trying to work their way to 11-1 at home. At the break, Bulls have this one in hand. We'll see what happens in the second half in a moment.
If you're going to create electricity, use it. The Seiko Kinetic Watch. Electrically charged every time you move your body.
You know, working at AutoZone is more than just looking up parts or ringing up sales. Most of all is listening. Because my customers know more about their cars than I'll ever know. They know every rattle by heart. I mean, that car is their baby. So when they got a problem they're gonna fix themselves, I'm gonna do my best to help them get whatever they need, no matter what it takes. Because people like that, they don't deserve anything less than the best I can give them.
Are you looking for that red-hot gift this holiday? That gift that's hotter than hot. The one on everyone's list? Then come to Wendy's and get a spicy chicken sandwich. It's very hot. And while you're there, say hello to Dave.
You there, lad. Is it still the holidays?
Yeah. Where you been, pal?
I'm not too late. I can still get presents. But where?
Office Max. They've got loads of great gifts. Attachés, pens, software.
Intelligent, lad.
At guaranteed low prices, so you don't waste time shopping around.
Delightful, lad. Hurry to Office Max and start my shopping.
Couldn't we just charge it? Office Max. We go to the max for you.
You got a 10,000-acre fire and it's breathing right down your throat. So let's go! Faster, faster!
Just a routine day of training.
Not quite that fast.
For America's most elite firefighters, but for their leader.
It was a prison break.
Take me down.
This time, the enemy is not nature.
Kill him.
Howie Long.
Why don't we see if you still know how to fly it?
Firestorm, rated R. January 9th, only in theaters.
This program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Welcome back to the NBA on TBS here at the United Center in Chicago. The Bulls playing a textbook game, putting on a clinic and leading the LA Lakers 57-41 at halftime. And the statistics back up what the Bulls have done. They are shooting 49% to 34 for the Lakers. Luke Longley already exceeding his season's average in scoring and rebounds. Eddie Jones with personal foul problems. He's got 3, only 2.